This is a build based on one of my favourite book series and films. Let me know if you recognise it from this little scene. So first let's make our Sims. This is Clary. She has curly red hair and green eyes. A lot of the description we get of her is kind of from her own point of view. And obviously we are our own biggest critics, so she sees herself as quite plain, not much shape, unruly hair, but we're going to take that with a pinch of salt because she is obviously quite pretty. And then we have Jace. He has blonde hair and gold eyes. I wanted to get his sort of unbothered and sarcastic look in his face, as well as that sort of boyish charm he's supposed to have. I don't want him to look too old. And obviously he's going to have ripped jeans and a leather jacket. Obviously we have to add his tattoos and a little bit of eyeliner because why not? But yeah, there you have it, Clary and Jace ready to go to the Institute. Let's get going with the Institute then. So firstly I put in a big wall across the front to keep everybody out. The Institute is based in New York. Obviously to mundanes, if you've read the book or seen the films, they can't see the Institute for what it is. It looks pretty and remarkable. However, if you have the sight, then you can see the actual architecture of the building. So I wanted it to look like a really grand cathedral. This that I'm building here is going to be our greenhouse aviary sort of area, that area that you saw in the beginning. Honestly at this point I had no idea what I was doing, so I'm building the walls inside just so I can copy and paste that up easily. For each level of this I made sure it was on the tallest wall setting, so this building could be as tall as physically possible. As you can see, I'm just using basic square room to build the towers, and this is going to be our grand entrance way here where Jace pushes through those big wooden doors after Clary's been bitten by a demon, not to give too much away. If you've read these books, you'll definitely have to let me know how you envisioned the Institute, what you would have done differently. I don't know about anyone else, but I personally read things and I get a picture in my head, and then if a bit later on they give a bit more of a description and it doesn't match what's in my head, I just sort of ignore it and I'm like, no, I don't like that. I'm keeping it the way I like it, the way I have it in my head. So as you can see, I'm like bending those roofs inwards so it creates that like spire look at the top of the towers, and again I'm making them all really tall to make it a bit more spire like. I'm going to do the inside of this and put it on the gallery. I think this front section here is going to be that big library area where Clary first meets Hotch. So you'll see I'm going to put a really cool window in there a bit later. So even though at the time of the books there are only a few Shadowhunters living in the Institute can hold hundreds of Shadowhunters. So it really is a massive building with hundreds of rooms, which I really wanted to get across with this build. I'm just going to place a couple of octagonal rooms as towers on this side bit here, again just to give a bit of a different shape. Completely not manipulating them, they are just the basic octagonal roofs as you put them down. No bigger, no smaller. Obviously manipulating that roof and just making it a bit more spire-like, making one taller than the other to give some depth to the build. Now around this section that I just made, I can't actually add a roof, so I'm just going to add a little wall so it doesn't look completely unfinished, and then I'm going to go around the tops of each floor and add in I don't know what they're called. It's like frieze or something. I don't know. I'm dyslexic. And I'm also going to go back in a little bit later and add them to each floor, just again to give the building a bit more texture so it's not as flat and two-dimensional. I'm just going in again, square roof, making it as tall as possible up here and concaving it a little bit. I just want everything to look like spires, so that's what that's about. This roof here isn't going to be one of our sort of spire type roofs. This is going to be quite flat. For now I just put it down to there, but I will go back in and make it even flatter in a little bit, and just finishing off these bits. Now the reason I don't pull that main roof all the way along is because I want those side rooms to still be functional if we want them to. So I'm just going to copy and paste those little half roofs down here and squish those to size. Okay, so here I decided that I wanted these rooms to be a bit smaller and to look again a bit more like spires on a church. So just make that a bit smaller and then make the roof smaller, and because I'm really lazy I'm just going to delete that and copy it over. Also I want it to be symmetrical, but the main reason is because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to do it twice. And obviously I'm just going to make the roof fit and add these front bits in like this. Now there you go, like I said I was going to, I'm just going to lower the roof down. I really don't want this to look like a feature, I just sort of want it to be there and finish off the building. As you can see, I'm going to make sure all of those side bits of roof are completely flush with the main bit. And I'm just going to fill in these gaps here. I did debate having a balcony sort of area in some of these, but it just didn't look right with the vibe of the build. Now if you've seen any of my other builds you'll know I hate interior walls. They ruin your life when you're trying to place doors and windows. So I go ahead and I get rid of those all now so I can freely place whatever doors and windows I want. This particular door is from the Vampires expansion pack and I think it's perfect for this. Now I'm just going to go in and raise the foundation, which I should have done before I put the door down, which is why I move it, place my stairs down and move the door back. Now I went for quite a light coloured brick, but again I wanted it to be not two-dimensional, so I went for one that has quite a few colours in it, as you can see. For the spires, I wanted it to look like copper, like oxidized copper, so that's why I went with this green colour. And then at first, for the main part of the roof, I go with this dark blue, which I do really like, but I changed it to a black a bit later on. Let me know which one you prefer. You'll see them both next to each other in a bit, because I completely forgot to change some of them. So you see the black and the blue. Again, just going in with some trim to make sure everything looks finished off. Oh, there's the black, see? I don't know, it looks more haunting, but I just like the blue. I'm changing the foundations again, just so it blends in and has a nice finish. Now, like I mentioned earlier, the Institute is in New York, so I didn't want this to look too green. I don't know, I've never been to New York, it screams concrete more than green. So I gave it a little path, and then around the path I just wanted to do like a sort of a dried up flower bed. I didn't want it to look really neat and tidy and well kept, because I didn't get the impression that it would be. But I want it to look like there was once an attempt made at this sort of front garden area. So then I'm just going to go in and add some rogue plants that were maybe once planted there on purpose, maybe they were once taken care of and once trimmed, but now they've just sort of done whatever they wanted. So do you remember me saying that the Institute could hold hundreds of shadow hunters and there would be hundreds of rooms? Yeah, so that means we need lots of windows for all of those rooms. This area under here, those little rooms I'm placing, I want it to sort of look like a basement area without the basement. And then this here is this greenhouse area. Now because the only windows I could get that could fill this space were really modern looking, I went and put some pillars in between those windows so it could have more of an old style look to it. Now if you want to see how I did the inside of that room, I can definitely post another video on that. Again, just going in with so many tiny windows just everywhere. I really like the style of these ones, the long with the rounded top. I think that was really cute. And again, just some little ones on these towers here. Just everywhere. So many rooms. I go back in and darken these ones up because they just didn't fit the vibe. They were a bit too bright. Now this here is where I'm going to put that library where Clary meets Hotch. I think I said that earlier. So I want a big round sort of stained glass looking window here. So that's the sort of the vibe that I'm going for here. With a little one at the top just to make that look finished off. I added these spikes to the roofs where I could. Again, just to sort of give some more texture. Oh, there you go. More windows. Just windows everywhere. Hundreds of windows. I'm really excited to do the inside of this building because that is where you get most of the description of in the book, and I have such a vivid picture of it. I really want to bring that to life. So if you want to see what that turns out like, I'm going to upload it to the gallery. So check out this and some of my other builds on the Sims 4 gallery. I'll put a link to how to find them in the description below, so check that out. Okay, here I decided I wanted this front bit to be a bit taller. I wasn't quite happy with it, and I needed another tower over here just to make, I don't know, more shapes, I suppose. Okay, so now I'm just going to go and add some pillars, columns, whatever you want to call them, around sort of as many corners as I can. Just again, so it's not a flat building. I'm going to pull them up as far as I can. I just want a lot of texture on this building. Add some trees because, you know, why not? Only little ones, so I don't want it to be huge. And then, like I said, it's in New York, so I really wanted to go around the outside with concrete. Because I don't want it to be too green. I just don't feel like it's quite the right vibe. And there we have it, the New York Institute from the Mortal Instrument series. Let me know if this is close to how you envisioned it in your head.